What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and I'm bringing you guys another Young Justice video. So I just finished watching episode 4, and I'm thinking about the series, and I'm thinking about the fact that I haven't reviewed anything from episode 1 in a while. I did, of course, Yu Yu Hakusho, The Legend of Korra, and Hunter x Hunter. You can check those out. They're pretty old videos. I don't know how different my opinions were, or my standards, and like my style of reviewing or anything. I have no idea, but you can check those out. The Hunter x Hunter ones especially are really old. But the point is, I haven't done one in a while. So I was thinking, what anime do I want to do? And I gave you guys a list before, and I still have those series in mind. But I was just watching this episode of Young Justice, and I was like, I really like the animation. I really want to talk about the series, the animation, the characters, the story, the writing. I think the series deserves attention. So, I know about the whole renew Young Justice hashtag. Netflix might bring it back or whatever. I don't know if that's still a thing right now, but still. So I'm going to review it, or give my thoughts on it, give my impressions on it, whatever you want to call it. Same structure as I used to. It's going to be 2 episodes at a time, but I haven't seen both. It's one recording of my episode 4 review and a recording of an episode 5 review afterwards, spliced together. So, with all that being said, let's get started. I just hope I don't get dirt for views, like with Assassination Classroom and Adventure Time, which was way back when I did Hunter x Hunter. Because I really would like to see this show get exposure and, do pretty well. So I hope these videos perform decently. Even though it's not anime, I hope that my subscribers are at least interested in seeing what I have to say, even if it's not anime related. So, with all that being said, finally, just episode 4 gets started. We got Bane to start off. I like Bane. He's always been a cool character. Well, not always. There's depictions of him that aren't so good, obviously, at Batman and Robin, Dark Knight Rises. But Bane in the comics is a really cool character. And he's cool here. He's intelligent, which is like the key thing to his character, which for some reason Batman and Robin just completely fucking ignored. They were just like, this guy seems pretty intelligent in this here comic book, but he's pretty strong and Hulk-like, so I think that'd be funnier. I guess that was the logic going in, I don't know. But total digression, talking about Bane. The episode itself, I mean, it does have a lot to do with him, because it has to do with his venom, and it actually ties in with the Cadmus stuff and the blockbuster formula, and merging the two to create like these hulking beasts, which, again, love the edge this show has, where this dude transforms and you see the flesh tear and you can see like his inner muscle. Again, it's cartoony, it's a big hulking beast, it doesn't look super realistic, but still, I love that edge, and it's really, really cool. And this thing just demolishes Bane, which kind of sucks as a Bane fan, because it's like, oh fuck, I spent like the whole first portion of this video talking about, oh, yeah, Bane's fucking awesome, I love Bane, and then he just gets his ass spanked by this hulking guy, but it was badass, and it shows, intimidation from this creature. Well, I don't know if I'd really call him a creature. I don't know how much intelligence he has. I mean, he is technically a creature, but he kind of just stands there. He doesn't really talk, so I don't know if the guy... Because when the other dude did it, he turned into a hulking beast and was like crazy. With this, the guy will just stand there and kind of just be idle, so I don't know if he still has intelligence or what the hell's going on there. Regardless, digression, he beats the shit out of Bane, and it shows strength, which is good. I mean, it would have been cool to see Bane do a little bit more beforehand, in case people aren't familiar with Bane. Because he's fucking strong. He's strong, he's intelligent, he's a badass. If you're not familiar with that, then you might not think too much of this thing's strength. But if you do know Bane going in, then you know this thing is pretty fucking devastating. So, basically, the group is supposed to do a recon mission and just kind of figure out what's going on. But of course, things go wrong and they get caught and they have to stop what's going on. And it's cool, though. We get some cool character interactions. They're kind of trying to figure out who's going to be the leader. And Robin just kind of assumes that it's him because he's, I guess, Batman's apprentice. I don't know. He just assumes it's supposed to be him, but he goes off and does his own thing. And it's clear that he's not supposed to be leadership material. They really address that without hammering it in too hard, which is good. And I like that. Speaking of hammering things in, I'm glad they didn't focus on the, the whole fucking, we're not just kids angle. I'm glad they didn't focus on that. Because that was one of my gripes in the first 3 episodes, is they all had that angle. So, yeah, the stealth stuff was cool. Them getting caught, of course, that was expected. I liked that Bane could just resist the mind reading. That was pretty badass, because he's an intelligent guy, and they depicted that. And Aqualad being the leader, I thought it was good. He's not your first guess. You'd expect Superboy, you'd expect Robin, but not Aqualad, which I think is really, really interesting, and he just naturally does it. It just fits, and it really works. So, kind of weird that he wants Robin to be the leader. He's like, you know, you're destined to do this. You're supposed to be the leader, but I'll hold the position until you're ready. Why is Robin specifically supposed to be the leader? I don't really get that. I think Aqualad's fine, but I don't know. And then they kind of focus a little bit on the what's her fucking name? I forgot the fucking the fucking Martian Manhunter girl. I forget her name all the time. It's pretty obvious she has a crush on Superboy, and they focus on that a little bit more here. Not too much. It'll go somewhere, I'm sure. I hope it's not anything too cheesy or anything too generic, but you know, it's whatever so far. It's a thing, so I'm pointing it out. But yeah, that's pretty much the episode. They get caught in all that stuff. It focuses on Aqualad becoming the leader and planning everything out. So, as far as the technical aspects of it go, the music was good, the sound design was good, the voice acting is pretty top-notch, and the animation was really good. I thought the action was really fast-paced, had a lot of punch to everything. You know, there's a lot of impact. It was fast-paced, good choreography. So the animation was great. The planning and everything was laid out story-wise was really, really good. It was paced well. So I enjoyed episode 4 quite a bit. It was cool to see Bane. It was cool to see Bane depicted the way he should be. And, yeah, because I haven't seen Bane in, like, Batman the Animated Series or, you know, one of those older series yet. Because I haven't finished Batman the Animated Series. I told you guys I didn't finish it back in October when I did my mini review of it. And, yeah, still haven't finished Batman the Animated Series. So hopefully he's depicted cool there. But, again, digression. A lot of digressions. Without rambling too much, I enjoyed episode 4. Love that it didn't focus on the same message of we're not just kids. Really liked the animation, really liked the fight choreography. I like how they tied it in with the Project Cadmus thing. The fact that they still have a vial of it over at Cadmus, and those dudes in the white fucking holograms are still scheming shit. So, yeah, it's cool. That's pretty much all I have to say, though. Any other thoughts I can just carry over into episode 5 if I forgot anything. So, I'll just move on to the next review. Okay, so episode 5. I actually really enjoyed this one. It was better than the last episode in pretty much every category. The animation was still really, really good. The fight scenes were really, really good. The sound design, all that stuff, voice acting, all the technical aspects of the episode were on point, which is pretty much the standard so far. And, yeah, but the villain and both villains, I guess you could say, and just the development for Superboy and even the, you know, I wouldn't say development, but the starting of development for Superman himself and kind of just embracing that Superboy exists and that you should probably interact with him more. That's all good. Seeing Black Canary in there was pretty cool, and seeing her just totally fucking manhandle fucking Superboy was awesome, because he's so super strong, but if you just counter someone and you know how to fight and they don't, I mean, it's cool. I doubt she could pull those moves off against Superman himself. I really doubt it, because he's, like, ridiculously strong, but, you know. But yeah, Superboy's definitely an interesting character. Like him a lot. Like his angry side. He's a little teen angsty, like I said before, but it's not too bad. It feels natural. And, yeah, all the other characters were fine. They weren't too focused on in this one. It was mainly a Superboy episode. But it still worked, and we got hints to the Green Arrow girl that's in the opening and everything. She hasn't shown up fully, but we saw someone fire an arrow. They think it's Speedy. Obviously, it's probably not. But yeah, I guess I'll talk about Amazo. I believe it was Amazo, something like that. He's basically just unbelievably overpowered. I do have to question a little bit, like, okay, he can copy a bunch of people's powers, which is really weird, but like, because that means he'd have to be built physically to be able to imitate them. So how is he, like, how can you build technology that can turn itself intangible? I mean, but, you know, it's comic book stuff, whatever. He copies Martian Manhunter. It was interesting seeing, I really need to remember her fucking name, the Manhunter girl grow all those extra arms when she was fighting the little monkey robots. That was a cool power, speaking of Manhunter's powers. But back to Amazo. Really cool design, and just really badass when fighting. It was just, you know, basically minimal dialogue, minimal emotion, just a total Terminator, completely just, it's like, alright, Superman powers. He doesn't say that exact thing, but He's like, all right, Superman beats the shit out of him. All right, Martian Manhunter dodges, fucking, or not dodges, just lets the fucking little Robin boomerang things go through him. It was really, really cool. The fighting was really, really good. I liked seeing Superboy fight him. He's like, you know, I think what he's say, accessing Superman. He just punches him from the train all the way to like a middle school in the middle of Gotham. It was super badass. Punches him through the school and shit. Really funny moment. Put a smile on my face when Superboy slammed into these lockers and the locker popped open and it had like, so it was some girl's locker, I guess, or boy, whatever, could be a gay kid, but it had like Superman with hearts on it and he just punched it. That was really, really funny. That put a smile on my face. But yeah, I like his development. I like him, you know, learning that he needs to keep cool and everything. I really liked Batman, Bruce Wayne, talking to him, saying he needs his father. And Superman, he just like, I'm not his father, and he storms out of there. And that was really, really cool. I liked that. I liked that dynamic. Superman clearly doesn't want to have anything to do with this kid, and it's fucking cool. So, because it's interesting, you know, you could see Superboy maybe with his attitude and his personality. You can sort of see like, I don't want to be Superman, or I'm not interested in who, you know, I'm supposed to be, or whatever the fuck. But it's a different dynamic than that, and I like that the one he's cloned from isn't interested in him and wants to push him. I just think it's an interesting dynamic that's really cool, and I like Bruce Wayne calling him a father and him getting upset about it. It's a really cool, mature story dynamic between the two that I really, really like. So their whole business together has been really good so far. Probably like the pinnacle of the storytelling in the series. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the episode. It was just a really, really good one. Again, Amazo's powers, a little bit hacks, doesn't really make too much sense, but it's a comic book, fuck it. I mean, fuck, when they go into their cave, it looks like they get fucking teleported in, so fuck it, they can do all kinds of crazy things with technology, but I guess my only other criticism is that it took like a bunch of Justice League members, what they say, 4 hours to beat this thing, and I'm sitting here thinking like, oh yeah, the 4 hours, the Justice League are badasses, obviously the kids are not on that level. But then the kids were able to beat it in like an hour, I'd probably say, once it's activated. Well, no, because probably less than that. I'm not sure how long it took them to get to Gotham or how long he was beating the shit out of Superboy, but I'd say an hour at most, probably pushing it. That's kind of, you know, I mean, they trick him. He deactivates his Manhunter power in the wrong spot, blows off the head. It just seems like maybe they got lucky, I suppose, but it just seemed kind of weird that the League took so long to beat this thing, and the Scrubs, you know. But the other villain, I forgot to mention him, I forget his name now, and it was a really easy name, but, like, was it Enzo? No, I don't think it was Enzo. It was something kind of like that, I think. He was a scientist. I liked his attitude. He was very smug, kind of funny, cracking shots at Superboy and cracking shots, you know, very condescending. I kind of liked it, though, for some reason. I think maybe it was the voice delivery or something. But he was pretty cool, and he escaped, so probably see him later. Might make another Amazo or something, a better one, no idea. But yeah, really cool villain, really cool, intimidating, like, brute, thug-ish villain. Both of them were really cool. Hints to that Green Arrow girl, because I'm sure that wasn't Speedy. So that's really cool. And, yeah, interesting that the League doesn't really know about her. I was expecting them to say, oh no, that's going to be your new partner, but yeah, it wasn't. So I don't know how she's going to join or what's going on there. And yeah, nothing else to say. It was cool to see Black Canary, finally, like in action, kind of. We haven't seen her do anything except like when she got introduced, she just kind of was standing there. And she looks good. She looks good. I like that they aren't shying away from making the female superheroes look how they're supposed to look, which is, let's be honest, pretty sexualized. That's how they are in the comics. It's nothing like you see in an anime. You're not getting any super fan servicey shots of her, but I like that they didn't tone it down, which I don't think they should. It's just not the average for kids' cartoons to have their females look like that. So it's kind of refreshing to see it still have that mature art style. Like I've already said, the art style is mature. It's really well done. All that stuff's really good. It's just nice to see it still look like what they used to do with the Justice League and everything. The characters just looked, you know, if it was a fucking sexy female character, they would just do it and they wouldn't give a fuck, which I appreciate because kids shows, even the ones I love, like Adventure Time and Steven Universe, most of what they can get away with is dialogue-based adult jokes and dialogue-based suggestive things. Nothing really visually. So it's nice to see something like that. Of course, the show got fucking canceled, so, you know, but whatever. Anyways, I don't think I give a rating on either episode, even though I continuously keep saying review, because I'm used to saying review. These are kind of just my thoughts on the episodes, but I suppose I am analyzing and I am reviewing, so I'd give episode 4, it was pretty well done for what it was. I mean, I guess speaking objectively, I'd probably sit it around a 7 to a 7.5. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything mind-blowing. This was probably more of an 8 to an 8.5. Really, really enjoyable episode. Because objectively, there's really nothing too wrong with these episodes. Like, I can't think of anything where it's like, oh, the animation was really bad here, or there's this plot hole here, or whatever. So, yeah, the only discrepancy I really had was how fast they were able to beat Amazo, but it seemed like they kind of got lucky with that Superboy punch. So, yeah, I mean, they're well made from an objective standpoint, so I guess the rating can really just... Speaking subjectively for the ratings, I'd probably give a 7.5 to the episode 4 and probably give a 8.5 to episode 5. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these Young Justice episodes in the comment section below. Follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. Give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both of those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already or if you like what you've seen here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.